What's going on, Argonauts? D-Rec here with Alliance Rift Gaming Outlet, bringing you that fresh Cardfight Vanguard content. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. Also, in the description below, I'll be putting a link to my brand new Facebook page, so definitely be sure to check that out. I'll be trying to keep up with you guys more in between video uploads, so that'll be my platform for that. Just, pulling you guys, picking your brains a little bit, get some creative thinking going. And, just sharing what's going on with the channel. I definitely appreciate all you that have been supporting me so far with the channel. Any and all support for the Facebook page would definitely be appreciated from me. I definitely appreciate everything you guys have done so far. So definitely check that out if that's something you're interested. The link to my page is in the description below. Jumping right into today's video, we have a lot to discuss. We have the new restriction and ban list from Bushi, with some of the stuff from previous sets in G format, and then a few changes to some interactions in the new standard format, or new interactions with cards in premium with cards in standard. We have the gift marker for Angel Feather and all that entails. So for some of you guys that play Angel Feather, there's going to be some really good news. And Blaster Blade skill revealed. This would explain the buyouts for all of the Barkles and Future Night Lose that have been going on TCG Player for those of you in the English version. So all that goodness for premium and standard formats and more. So for some of you guys, this is going to be some pretty top quality news. Firstly, going right into the new restrictions and banned list update. We have 3 cards getting a few changes and then 1 getting a major change. So for our starters, we have Barkle, who is now off the restricted list as not being usable as a first starting Vanguard. So you can use him again as a starting Vanguard. That's really important, especially with the Blaster Blade reveal, as I go into that later. Secondly, we have TikTok Worker. He is now being allowed as a starter for Gears, but the restriction with him is he's still limited to 1 copy. So you can only play 1 TikTok Worker, but you are allowed to use him as a starting Vanguard now. Now that Time Loop's kind of faded away. And then lastly, same thing with Night Runner, 7 Seas Night Runner, 7 Seas Apprentice Night Runner. So you're now allowed to use him as a starting Vanguard, but you are only allowed to play him at 1 still. Still a really broken card. So, and then for the last part of that, or for the second to last part of that, we have the update to what's his name? Odysseus for Ripples. So he is now no longer limited to 2. You can now play him at 4 copies, and I think this goes into effect May 1st in the Japanese version. So, but yeah, that Flashing Ripple Odysseus is now going back to 4 copies because that deck is no longer as threatening as it was back in 2015. So next up, for our ban list and restriction update, we have Commander Laurel. He is now being restricted to 1 copy per deck. Personally, I only ever played him at 2. I never really saw an issue with playing him at more, especially with Cosmic Heroes not being as threatening for that restand, more so for extra drives and power and all that. So him being at 1 is something that was kind of necessary for a while, especially with D-Robos being meta for the longest time back years ago. Not anymore, but back years ago when D-Robos were like super meta for their guard restrict plays. But yeah, he's being restricted to 1 copy per deck, and then the last bit of updates for the ban list and restriction list is the use of Purple Trapezist. I think it's Purple Trapezist. Yeah, I think it's Purple Trapezist, what it's called. But yeah, that card is not allowed to be used with the Pale Moon card that's going to be printed in VBT2 called Jumping Jill, because Jumping Jill does the exact same thing. When it's called, push something else to soul, call it out. You can basically infinite with it. And for cards like Silverthorn Lukier and other cards for Magia and all that stuff, it's very easily abusable. So any decks that play Jumping Jill from VBT2 are not allowed to be used with Purple Trapezist. I think it's Purple Trapezist. Yeah. Feel free to correct me if I have the name wrong and just put it in the comments below. But I'm pretty sure it's called Purple Trapezist, the promo / card from like way back when. So moving on to the gift marker announcement for Angel Feather. Angel Feather got the Protect gift marker, and that is very significant for the deck and its mechanics, especially for premium format, because of the interactions with change in damage. For example, let's say you use anything with the rescue ability, where you use let's say you do Black Shock Avriel Prim skill. You swap a card and then you do your rescue check. You can essentially heal yourself for free by having the Protect marker in your hand. So for standard, that might not be as big of an issue. We don't know what some of their skills do yet, but we do find out what they do. If they involve the same type of like swapping cards from hand in the damage, getting a Protect marker in your hand as essentially a perfect card. What happens is if you put it in your damage zone and you swap a card out, well, the Protect icon can't go in your damage zone. It can only go in your hand. So if it goes into your damage zone, it can't stay there. So it ends up being removed from the game. So you essentially heal a life that way. So if you're at 4, you put it in, you put the Protect marker in, and then you take something else out, putting yourself back to 4. Well, the Protect icon can't go there. So it essentially gets removed from the game. So you neg yourself down to 3 for basically free, which is really, really wonky. Unless Bushi does some errata, where it's allowed to be in other zones, specifically just the Protect marker, then that would work. But as it is now, Angels getting to heal for free is pretty bonkers, especially for premium format, because they already do a lot of healing and dealing damage. So just pretty wonker ability. For you Angel Feather players out there, that's probably some of the best news you've ever heard. It's, yeah, healing for free. Healing for free is very nice. I heard good cards were good. So, but that's it for the Angel Feather text there. And then lastly, the Blaster Blade skill reveal. Blaster Blade's new skill says, when you place it on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle, you can Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your opponent's Rearguards in the front row and retire it. So, kind of standard. It's a little bit different from, it's kind of like Blaster Blade Liberator, except with the Soul Blast instead of Counterblast 2. But its first skill is the good part. Since it's a 10k base, that's amazing. And then his continuous Vanguard skill is if you have 4 or more Rearguards, he gains an inherent crit. So that's really, really wonkers. Especially for all the people who played back when the game first came out. Being able to Superior Ride into Blaster Blade is amazing, especially for the new premium format rules. If you guys have already found out about that, being able to stride if you've been at grade 3 a turn already. So, but for ride chain decks like this and being able to ride up really, really quickly, getting to grade 2 and having that inherent crit's very nice. So people were like, oh, let's just get on the new Flogel, because there's a new Flogel, and then you have Barkle and Future Knight Lu, so you can in premium essentially ride up to Blaster Blade and you can get that inherent crit and rush down really fast. The only issue with that is you're negging a lot of hand just to get that inherent crit and do an extra damage. But aside from that, it's a pretty good pressure play. Not sure how it will actually pan out. On paper, it sounds nice, but a lot of people are already speculating for premium format Royals that Sankguard's going to be the way to go. So we'll see what goes on with premium, but so far for standard, it looks like you have Alfred being the main thing right now. So it's going to kind of be like old format. Yeah, sure, Kaiser, Overlord, Alfred. The same works pretty much. We still have yet to see a lot of the OTT stuff, so definitely keeping an eye out for that, and when I see anything, I'll let you guys know. But that's pretty much it for updates from Bushi regarding standard and premium format support and any interactions and so on and so forth. So, again, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. Also, be sure to check out the link to my Facebook page in the description below. Definitely appreciate any support you guys give me for that. I appreciate any and all of it. I really do. And yeah, with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.